Hey everyone, Tony Bonoski here from TonyBonoski.com. Here today to do a really quick tutorial on how to change your transmission oil in a manual Protege or Protege5. This is a relatively simple procedure. If you can change your oil in your car, you should be able to do this. All you'll need is some WD-40. I used an impact wrench with a 23mm socket, a 10mm socket, and gear oil, and I used a funnel with some vinyl tubing. The oil, you can use either 75W90 or 80W90, just depending on the climate where you live. First thing you're going to want to do is, I've already started to take mine off, but take your splash guard off on the bottom. You should have 4 10mm bolts here, 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 and then there is one farther up inside. The last bolt is up right next to where your brake line is, right under your coil springs. You do not have to take your tire off for this part. I've seen people do it. I think it just adds another step, because once you take it off, it is very simple. It just pop right off, and there you go. So now you have your transmission, and now you can start. Alright, so this is what you should be looking at. What you have center, you have your 23mm. This is your fill bolt. This is where if you want to check your fluid level, put some WD-40 on it. I recommend using WD-40 because I tried doing it manually and almost stripped the bolt. I hit it with some WD-40 and then ended up using an impact wrench, and it came right off. So again, that's your fill bolt, your drain bolt. Let me get a better picture of it. Is same bolt, just directly under, right here. Now, it's very important to hit this one first, because if you cannot get this one off, there's no point in draining it. If you drain it and then cannot get your fill bolt off, then you're in a little bit of trouble, because now you have no transmission fluid in your transmission, which makes your car pretty useless. Alright, so now you're ready to go ahead and fill your transmission. You got your funnel, your tubing. This particular tubing has a 3/4 outer diameter with a 5/8 inner diameter. If you could, I do recommend going just a little bit smaller, because I did find it didn't go in as easy as I had hoped. It wasn't hard. I just used a screwdriver to just push it in, but I would go just a tad bit smaller if you could. Otherwise, you can go ahead and get started. It might be a little bit easier for you if you remove the first part of your intake. It'll free up a little bit of room, but you don't have to, because like I said, with this, it's a pretty simple way to do it. It's probably going to be a lot easier if you have someone else to help you, but essentially that's all you're going to do. Since I did have the big gallon, or the gallon, which is 4 quarts, your transmission in a Protege5, my particular car is a 2002 Protege5, it uses 3 quarts. I'm pretty sure that's the same for Proteges and other year Protege5s. And I do recommend having someone else help you with this, because this is very thick oil, and it doesn't flow as fast as traditional engine oil does, so it does take a few minutes for it to actually go into your transmission from the funnel. So it's a lot easier if you have someone help you, but that's essentially it. 3 quarts, put it in your funnel, let it fill, double check your fill level, and I also would like to say it is very important to make sure your car is level. So if you have the front of the car jacked up very high, you're not going to get an accurate reading when you check your fill level on your transmission. So if you can, either have if you have 4 jack stands, I would raise the car evenly, or I would raise, if you only have 2, or if you just have ramps, you could use those. But if you only have 2 jack stands, I would stress that I would keep the car as low as possible, just so that you get an accurate fill reading. I mean, as low as possible so that you can still get under the car and maneuver and do what you have to do, but not so much that you have the front of the car jacked way up and the back low. And that's it. Once you're done, put everything back on in reverse order. I would run the car for a few minutes, make sure you don't have any leaks, and if your fill level is good and you don't have leaks, then you should be good to go.